Hello, Dr. Rosenblatt and classmates. My name is Aaron. My last name is Bernadac. I live in Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis is the largest city in the state of Tennessee, so it's a very rich cultural place. I've been in Memphis for 15 years now, and I'm really happy because I see the improvements and I see a lot of changes and modifications in education, in culture, in politics, religion. So I could not be more happy to live in a very diverse, open-minded place and way different than what it used to be 6 7 years ago. So in terms of my community mapping project, I it was not hard or difficult because Memphis has a lot of networks, lots of partnerships and different connections across the state. So Memphis is partnered with different organizations in Nashville, Chattanooga, Knoxville, and different small areas, including Jackson or Jonesboro. So it's really big, and they have a lot of connections and lots of people. So I was really pleased and happy to know that I live in a state where it is really big in education, and it's really big in embracing cultural awareness and embracing special needs and modifications within the curriculum and instruction in different schools. However, one of the things that I noticed when I visited several of the places is that they don't have enough resources for Hispanics, Latinos, and especially for the undocumented community. We have a lot of students who their English proficiency is limited, and I can relate to that because I came as an immigrant, so it was a challenging situation for me to modify to the curriculum and the education and to understand the goals and to understand my needs and to find resources such as counselors, different psychologists, different people who can help you accommodate to those needs. So I could relate to those needs, and I didn't see a lot of the resources for Hispanics or undocumented students. We don't have a lot of interpretation and services, so that was something that I was kind of disappointed. But a lot of my resources came from places around Memphis. So the University of Memphis, which is the largest university, or is one of the largest university in the state of Tennessee, they offer different counseling and services for students with mild to severe learning disabilities, including autism or ADHD, dyslexia. They have offer early intervention and evaluation trainings along with recreational therapy and assessment. So they have specific classes they tailor or they train professionals on how to do recreation activities, tools and strategies. How can you modify your curriculum and your instruction within your own classroom? And they just have different interpreting services. That's like something that amazes me the most, that the University of Memphis do hire translators to help the Hispanic community. So it's a very small project which is growing, and I'm very happy that I'm part of that because I do want to contribute to my community. There's also lots of counseling and psychological and services for students with learning disabilities, and they also train parents on how to better help your children with those special needs, and what kind of modifications in home do you need to make or the community, and how you can better serve. Another of the good places that we have is Lakeside Behavioral Health System. So they offer very comprehensive like programs and interventions for children with special needs, adolescents with psychiatric issues and substance abuse disorders. They not as big with learning or helping students with autism, but they really big on like the surrounding like areas of the spectrum, such as psychiatric issues and substance abuse disorders. They offer residential care for children with psychiatric disorders. In addition, this type of programs offer effective dealing, healing, and information in dealing with eating disorders, autism, anger, depression, substance abuse, anxiety, and other mood disorders. So it's a really good place to visit. I got the opportunity to do an internship there to visit some of the programs, what they offer, and their staff is fully trained on how to assist and accommodate those needs for students with autism. Compass Intervention and Center was another great place that I found, and I was really happy to find all of these places. So they provide, again, just like Lakeside, residential and outpatient services to children struggling with general disorders such as autism and learning and behavioral disabilities. Something that Compass does that is very unique. They offer horse and therapy, sanctuary where students can express themselves by selecting different toys or different models that kind of represent their lives. So they do a lot of counseling and services with them. So it's a very, very, very unique place. I see potential, and the staff was really trained and knowledgeable. Another place is the Bartlett campus youth villages, where I used to work, and I have the privilege to be there. Now, youth villages offer more. They provide more residential and counseling treatment with students with autism who have serious emotional and behavioral and problems. So they modify their IEPs. They talk with parents and find information and resources. A lot of our students don't have stable homes or parenting. We can see that it was a difficult time. These students are, it can be abused, highly aggressive, but youth villages find a way to truly find different assessment programs, interventions to really help the students find a foster care, find them mentors, let them know that there's still hope and opportunity for them once they leave that facility, or when they age out at the age of 18, they can still go back and they can still be productive. So they still offer counseling and services. They use in psychiatric evaluation. They offer classes. They are that fit their needs, because most of them fall into their special education spectrum, or ADHD or autism. So they have special instructors. That was something very unique, and I completely love some. I mean, this is what youth villages is doing. They find in different teachers and different instructors with those specific criteria. They can help the students, and they modify their classrooms, their whole curriculum and instruction. Every student is going to be learning in a different way. So they have like a one-on-one assistant. They have like a one-on-one teacher assistant that can help every student with their schedule or curriculum. For instance, I used to work in a classroom through L where the majority of the students they were taking either different courses, different material. So we have to accommodate the information to better suit their needs. So it was a very unique and challenging situation, but Youth Villages does a great job on finding those kind of resources outside. Another of the places is the Boys and Girls Club, and they have on-site training, basic disability, specific on behavior, support strategies. They have a lot of hands-on activities. That was something that I truly enjoy. The Oaks at La Paloma with Lakeside is a psychiatric facility, but they focus more on substance abuse, and they do have a comprehensive treatment with a variety of different exercises and different assessments, and different methods of self-expression, self-identity, self-discovery, where students are able to utilize many of the skills to find their own self-identity and self-expression. They offer classes. They are associated with learning, with development, with growth, and their services are separated from the facility. But they do have they have different partnerships with different schools around Memphis, and the goal is to provide different plan to create a team for the child's parents, educators, and now they're participating in the child care. So they do a good job in forming different teams. They can help and facilitate those kids through the whole academic year. So they partnership with different schools, with Kingsbury, Raleigh, Egypt, Craigmont. I know many of these schools, and they provide different plans. They have different meetings every 2 or 3 weeks. They find other resources, and this place, La Paloma, is actually connected with Lakeside Youth Villages. So they're all interconnected. That was something that amazed me the most as well, that all these places they know each other. They have the right the appropriate resources, the appropriate staff, the appropriate supervisors. They can kind of direct you through all the programs that they offer. La Paloma also offer outpatient, inpatient, partial treatment. They offer really I think different courses for teachers on how to do assessments, how they can modify their IEPs. So it's a really good place. And something that also that I find out was that many of these places were awarded the Person-Centered Excellent accreditation for the Council on Quality and Leadership, and is recognized for the quality of life for people with disabilities. So a lot of these places like Youth Villages, La Paloma, Campus, Boys and Girls Club, their agency staff and individuals, they win almost every year on local and regional awards for excellence, including the Tennessee Outstanding Agency, Arts Agency of Distinction, Outstanding Direct Support Professionals, National Association of Person for Person Supported for Employment Best Practice Award, and they and the Arc of Tennessee Educator of the Year and the National Association of People Support Award. So I was really excited to see that a lot of these places, they not only offer great and good and services, but they also known nationally, and they won several awards. And many of the employees have gone through the community, and they start different activities and programs. They go to different schools and educate teachers within the special education spectrum. And I was really touched and inspired because I attended different trainings and different speeches or debates or meetings where they go on and they connect the schools with an organization. They talk to the students that falls in the special ed spectrum, or the students who have mild to severe or moderate learning disabilities such as autism, and they really help teachers, educate teachers and staff and supervisors on how they can better tailor, or they can better modify or transform their whole curriculum and instruction. So that was something very, very unique. Also, a lot of these organizations raise money through donations. For example, many of the collaborators or the supervisors, the employees, many of their titles include mental health technician, teacher assistants, or teacher assistants with or without a degree. So we have to kind of like make that distinction. Counselors, life said specialists, or bilingual interventionists, or family interventionists. They all have intellectual and developmental disabilities knowledge and information. They can, and they constantly doing things for the community. So that was something really unique. They raise money through donations, special event, fundraising, grants. United Way contributors help different places and programs, and donations from individuals, corporations, government, and the United Way of the Mid-South help enhance the lives of individuals they serve, including adults and children with mild and severe disabilities. So I truly enjoy this project. I truly enjoy the fact that you can go through a personal issue, a personal and problem, but this project kind of opened your perspective and a whole broad to different things that the student can take advantage. And I think it's such a beautiful thing that students can have a variety of options and different things that they can take advantage. Again, just disappointed on the fact that we don't have enough bilingual staff. They can be more a lot of male models or bilingual staff that can better accommodate those needs for those Hispanic kids, or the barrier of the language is there, or parents they live in poverty, or parents don't know about these resources. So there's still the challenge that we have to face, how we can better educate our community on those resources. And now that I have the knowledge on these different organizations in different places, how can I share that knowledge to the Hispanic community and let them know that we have resources in Memphis, but we don't have bilingual staff. So that's going to be the challenge. Another of the challenge that I found was many of these places have very strict policies and regulations, which is a good thing. So not everyone can work there. I mean, they do an extensive background check, and just to make sure that the employee is clear. So I think that was pretty safe, pretty like a good thing, just to have that information, just to know that your kid is going to a safe place, and the person is working with your kid is a person with honest, with integrity, and a person with a true identity to help those students with learning disabilities. So this is my information. If you want to learn more, you can scroll down my document, so you can kind of like read of those organizations. And it was just a blessing to be able to work with a lot of people, and to be able to connect with a lot of people, and just to have a pretty broad knowledge of what this project was. Because when I first read it, I thought it was going to be more like just going to the community and find resources, but it turned out to be more than that. It turned out to be more like a learning and development experience for me. And as a future educator, I'm going to use this information to better expand my horizons on resources. So thank you very much for watching. And thank you, Dr. Rosenblatt, for the opportunity to accommodate this project. It was truly a blessing and a good experience for my career and my profession. Thank you very much.